Hey everybody, it's that time. It's about 12-ish, 12:30-ish. Now it's the Pajama Mama Show. We have typical moms and dads fire their pulse, yay, and hire their kids. And why we do this is because we want you to realize that it's very duplicatable. If I can do it, make money in my PJs and make money while I'm sleeping, I promise you, you can do it too. So we share with you typical moms and dadpreneurs that are already doing out there. They're making 5, 6, and 7 figures every single day because the first business is what? The family business. And on today's show, we got, I call him the network marketing king, Silas King. Silas King. Well, he's become a very good buddy friend of mine, okay? But I want to share this with you. He is a phenom in the area, so I'm not being impartial, okay? We got documentation beats conversation. This gentleman has achieved in the 7 figures, and we all want to get there, in network marketing. And his main trait is that he is a phenomenal teacher. And like anything in life, to be successful in network marketing, to be successful as a doctor, lawyer, or engineer chief, you've got to get the proper education, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the main reason why most people fail. But with that in mind, first, I want to share with you a personal story about Silas King and why he's really on this show. And that is, he is a phenomenal dadpreneur and granddadpreneur too. In a nutshell, I was talking to Silas one day, and I want to show you why network marketing is truly a route to go as far as freedom is concerned, because that's what we're always shooting for. It's not so much the money, it's the financial freedom that it affords us. So with that in mind, I was talking to Silas one day, and he was sharing with me a story where one of his daughters had relocated to another area, and she is about to have, a baby, and he wanted to go out there and be with her. Now, he's in Houston, Texas, and she is 3 hours away. But he said, no, I'm just so endeared with him because Daddy's going to go take care of his daughter, even though his daughter's in his 30s. Your children never grow up. They're always your kids. But the fact that he's taking time out of his busy schedule to go up there and take time to help take care of his daughter and his future grandbabies. Oh my goodness. That's the blessing of why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen, because he has control of his time. He has control of his finances to be able to afford to be able to go where he wants to and be in a whole different town and plan a tent in a whole different town. This is what this business gives us an opportunity to do, to have control of our financial destiny, and more importantly, take care of our family the best way we know how. So with that in mind, Silas King, I absolutely love you. Thanks so much for being on our show today.
Thank you, Elon. First of all, I want to give all honor and glory to my father, God the Father, for me even being here. And I want to just say I'm just so humble and grateful that you invited me to be on your show. I have so much respect for you and what you bring to the table of life. I mean, there's this smorgasbord of life, and a lot of us, we pick from the same plate all the time, that plate called a job.
Wow.
And we have people like yourself who can bring an alternative to show people that, yes, you can. You can be your own boss. You can be your own mompreneur or fatherpreneur, and be able to earn money while you're sleeping, earn money while you're vacationing, earn money while you're educating your children. Like you said about my daughter, and that particular daughter, I have 3. I have a 32-year-old, a 30-year-old, and this particular daughter is 25. She just graduated from college. She decided she wanted to stay in the college town, the country town that she went to college in. She got married last year, and her and her young husband are, they're waiting for her to be able to get that job based on that college degree she has. And with me, I've been educating my children all their lives that everything, including jobs, there's a purpose for it, right? There's a purpose for the chair we sit in. There's a purpose for this camera that we're on. There's a purpose for our clothes, a purpose for our phone, a purpose for education. And most people have a false expectations that purpose is to get a great job. The purpose for education is to learn. And you never want to stop learning, because the 4 letters that are in the word learn is earn. So when you learn, it gives you the ability to earn. Now, depending on what you learn and how much of it you learn, it'll give you the ability to the degree that you earn. Okay. So she's waiting for that great teacher's job. She wants to be a teacher now. Every one of my children, we've taught that you also got to own something. So her ultimate goal is to own 3 daycares. Okay. But she can't own a daycare unless she becomes an elementary ed teacher. That's what she's waiting for now. She's pregnant, getting ready to have a baby in May. By the way, my wife, who's not on here, okay, she did not want to move to a country town after living in Houston, Texas for 33 years. She kicked and screamed, and finally she said, yes, it's our daughter. We're going to go ahead and take care of her. So she may come in the picture here, maybe.
Please, we welcome her here.
Yeah, but Elon, I'm going to turn it back to you, and that's the reason why we're here.
Well, wonderful. I do appreciate you sharing that information with us. And Silas, what I want to do, and also what we're going to share later on down the line, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see that some of your children, the key thing about it is he's been in this business. How long have you been doing network marketing or being totally independent, Silas?
So I've been doing network marketing 21 and a half years.
21 and a half years. So I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, because most people say network marketing doesn't work. This gentleman has been able to raise his whole entire family through network marketing and succeed in an enormous amount of ways. So now some of your children were in network marketing, and some of your children now we've got your namesake, Silas King the Fourth. He's into network marketing. So kind of share that dynamic, because sometimes it's going to work for your kidpreneur, and sometimes, the good thing about it is that, they're going to choose to go get a job, and that's okay too.
Yes. Hey, Vance, how are you? I, 21 and a half years in network marketing, and I've been full-time for almost 18 years.
Okay.
18 years full-time, and I have 4 children. So the thing that I have been instilling in my children, even when they were little, because in the word it says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they shall not depart. So my first 3 children, my daughters, I was working full-time as a job. I had 2 full-time jobs. I was working 90, 95 hours a week.
Wow.
Because I didn't want my wife to work. So what the girls saw, they saw work a job. They saw we had, nice things, good things in their eyes. They never wanted for anything, but they saw it as me working a job, right? So I still, even when I worked a job, I talked to them about owning their own business. So my first daughter, who's 32, she's works in the hospital as a nurse, but she also is a makeup artist. She has her own makeup business where she does eyelashes. She does makeup professionally for runway models. And so she has her own business as well. Her own business makes her more money than a job if she keeps her job for benefits. Why is that? Because she saw dad, when she was young, work jobs have benefits. My second daughter, who is 30 years young, and she has 3 children. She's a single parent mom. And she is back in school to get her master's. So she's getting her master's right now. She also is a thespian. Now, Ilana, I got to tell you, when she first came home and said she was going to be a thespian, I said, there's no way. You're not going to be a thespian. You're going to get married. You're going to have a family. She said, no, Dad. That means I work in theater. So those who don't know what a thespian, she works in theater, okay? And,
I love it.
and she has her own businesses. She does, I forgot exactly what the title is, but she does events. She's an event planner, I guess that's what you call it. She does events. She does baby showers and weddings and marriages and all that kind of stuff. And then my third daughter is the daughter that we moved down here for. She wants to be a school teacher so she can own daycares. Now, when my wife got pregnant with my son, Ilana, I grew up without a dad. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2. My dad was an alcoholic. My mom never told us that. I found out later in life when I went to find my dad. But my mother raised us. And so that particular daughter, she saw my mother as a school teacher, and she's real close to my mother. My mother was a school teacher for 44 years. Both my sisters, are school teachers, 25 plus years. So she wanted to own a daycare because she remembered Dad say you must own something. So she's got her degree now, waiting for that elementary school teacher job because they won't allow you to own a daycare unless you've taught, I think it's 2 years or 3 years, something like that. So that's what those three saw. Now, I started in network marketing to free up one of those jobs because I wanted to make sure I was there for my son, because I knew what it felt like growing up without a dad being there, without
Mm.
my dad being at a football game, or my dad teaching me how to drive. You know, I didn't learn how to drive at 17. All my friends learned how to drive when they was 12 and 13 because their dads taught them.
Right.
Uh, and so I got involved in network marketing, failed miserably. But I'm one of those ones, Elon, that I make a commitment.
Right.
So I just begin to pray, fall on my knees and say, Lord, help me. Because in the word it says, ask, seek, and knock. So I
Yeah.
begin to ask God. I begin to seek how I can learn how to do this. And I began to knock on doors and finally met a mentor about 18 years ago, my first mentor. And 10 months after meeting him, I was able to walk away from both jobs.
Wow.
And so all my son saw growing up was me as a networker, was me. So he began to learn that. And I began to speak because, our words have power. Our words frame our world. So I began to speak into his life when he was 8 years old and all the way up until now, that he would never work for anyone, that people would work for him. And
Mm.
people think I was crazy. No, you need to be speaking. He needs to go to college. He needs to get, well, I want you to think about this. 95%, this is the statistics they put out. Elon, I think it's higher than this.
Okay.
5% of the people who work a job say they don't like their job.
Yep.
They don't like the amount of money that they get paid at their job. They don't like their boss, but yet they're teaching their children to go do something they don't like. And it makes sense.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yep. Exactly right. And I've even read where 85% of those same people would like to own their own business.
Wow.
So we already know there's a large percent of people that truly do want to be independent for the perks, like you mentioned, to be able to free up that time and spend quality time with their family. So with that in mind, and I really am happy to hear that. Can you share with us, because in a lot of people's hearts, network marketing is taboo. It's a pyramid scheme, yada, 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 yada. So knowing that, the rejections, type of, tell us a little bit more about that, because so many people fear doing this business because of the negative connotation that unfortunately is attached to something that's absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, that's a great point, Elon. And I think it all starts with, our thoughts. We've been conditioned ever since birth to believe in a certain way. I want you to think about this. All I heard growing up when I was little was, when you get older, I want you to go to college. So you got to get good grades now so you can go back to school to get better grades so you can get a great job. You're not going to get a great job if you don't have that degree. So you got to learn. You got to learn. See, I'm 57, right? So, back when I was younger, there were a lot more jobs out here and fewer people going to college and graduating. Now, there's a lot of people going to school and graduating and a lot fewer jobs.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Right. So all we knew, though, growing up, all we knew, our grandparents knew growing up, my grandfather stayed at his same job for 44 years. Same job. The average person today stays at the same job for 4.5 years. Why is that? Because life is changing. Life is evolving. We're in the information age now, so everything is fast-paced. Everything is moving. Money is made so quickly on the internet that most people can't even fathom it.
Yes, you're right.
But when we talk about network marketing, a lot of people have had some bad experiences, right? But network marketing is such a new concept to them because they didn't grow up with people telling them, go work your own business, become an entrepreneur, go become a network marketer. We never heard that. We didn't hear that until we were, 20 or 21 or 25. We had already developed our beliefs about life. Most people who are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old are still living based on the ideas that they learned when they were 5, 10, 15, 20. They have not changed with the time. So just like me, when network marketing was introduced to me, my thoughts, my beliefs was it was a scam. It was a pyramid. It was for people who couldn't get a job. I was too smart for that. My parents had spent almost $200,000 on my education, so I must go get a job. There's a book by a gentleman named Burke Hedges, and this book is called "Who Stole the American Dream?"
Yes, I love that book. Yep.
And it's the book that your boss do not want you to read. He puts that right down there in bold letters, right?
Yes, I love that.
The American Dream, and it talks about the biggest pyramid scheme in the world, and it's corporate America. Now, let's really understand what a pyramid is, Elon. So think about it. Pyramids are in Egypt. They are still standing today. They are one of the most strong structures in the world. They've been around forever, right? So when people hear pyramid, when people hear network marketing, they think pyramid. But here's the reality. Network marketing is a pyramid, Elon. It is. But every structure in the world, business structure, is a pyramid. Now, the thing that people must realize, it's not a pyramid scheme. So a pyramid is anything that has a product or service attached to it. If a product is sold or a service is sold and money is rendered, okay, that is a pyramid. And that you can do that in corporate America. You can do that in network marketing. A pyramid scheme is when no product, no service is rendered, but money changes hands just by people recruiting people, but there's no product attached, no service attached. So think about this. People don't know this. If you take a dollar bill and you flip that dollar bill on the backside of a dollar bill, Elon, is a pyramid.
Sure,
and it's an eye at the top of the pyramid. Now, what that eye represents is that's the IRS saying you're in our pyramid, and if you don't pay your taxes, But now, if you become an entrepreneur or a networker, the IRS is still there, but that eye gets a little smaller because you get more tax write-offs. You get to play like the big boys play. So, yeah, I tell people all the time, we perish for lack of knowledge. See, I didn't know what I didn't know. So for 3 years, I made no money at it. You cannot make money in something you don't believe in. Right. That's why I wear my shirt. I don't know if you can see it. I believe, right?
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
Right. Because whatever you believe in is your reality. Here's what I tell people. If you believe network marketing is a pyramid, and in your mind, if a pyramid is bad, if it's negative, then you won't make money in networking, because it is to you. It's whatever you believe, whatever those thoughts. So we have to change those thoughts. You know, Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Most of you have heard of that book. But he also wrote a book called Cash Flow Quadrant. Yep. And in that book, he talks about the 4 ways to earn money. And he says you're either on the left side or you're on the right side. And on the left side of the quadrant is the E quadrant. That's the employee. Okay. And an employee, there's 65% of the people, 60% of the people in the world who fall in that category of being an employee. We understand what that means. As an employee, you trade time for dollars. All right. You want security. You know that you have benefits, right? But you're willing to take less money, right? Because you believe you're worth more than that, but you're willing to take less money just to have that safety net of knowing you're going to get paid X amount of dollars every 2 weeks. So 60% of the people in the world fall in that quadrant. On the left side, the E quadrant. The S quadrant is self-employed. Now, these people make a little more money. They're self-employed, but they own a job. They still trade time for dollars. I'm talking about your chiropractors. I'm talking about your doctors, your lawyers, your tax preparers, some real estate people who work in a real estate office. All right. So they get more money, but they're still trading time for dollars. 35% of the people in the world fall in that category. So on the left side, you've got 60% employees, 35% self-employed. That's 95% of the people in the world are on the left side. But they only earn, Elon, 5% of the world's wealth. 5%. So they're all fighting for 5% of the world's wealth. Now, on the right side, and Robert says if you live on the left side, it's okay, as long as you also have business on the right side. On the right side, you have what he calls big business owners. Now, there's only 4% of the people in the world who think in this way, that they must leverage their time, and they must leverage, all right, with people and systems. So big business owners are anyone that has at least 500 hours per week working on their behalf. I'll give you an example. Elon, let's say I owned a McDonald's franchise and I hired 10 employees. I gave each one of them 50 hours a week. So 10 times 50 is 500 hours working for my paycheck. Right? So I'm considered big business. If they work the whole month, that's 2,000 hours working for my paycheck. They're working for them. They're also working for my paycheck. Think about this. If you're an employee, there's no way you can work 2,000 hours a month. There's no way you can leverage yourself that big. If I wanted more income, I opened more McDonald's. Now I've got 10 McDonald's, 20 McDonald's, and I've leveraged myself with hours. So now I can take vacation when I want. Now I can, earn money while I'm sleeping. And with network marketing, it's the same way. If I build a team, I've got 100 people, they work 5 hours a month, that's 500 hours working on my behalf. If I want it bigger, I grow it bigger. So only 4% of the people in the world understand that concept of leverage. Excuse me. And then you have 1% of the people in the world who invest their money, and less than 1% who invest in Forex, foreign exchange. So you've got 5% of the people on this right side, but they earn 95% of the world's wealth.
I want to pause for the cause here because I don't think people fully understand this. In a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, the people who own businesses and the people who are in the investment game are the people that control their financial destiny, and that is where you want to be a part of the 5%ers. And like the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, once you're in the JOB position or you are self-employed, you have no opportunity to climb to the top. And right now, when we're in the business of Donald Trump, the reality of the situation is business owners and investors are going to profit over these next 4 years. Best believe it. So take a hint, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm listening.
And I want to say this too, Elon. A lot of times as we get older, we don't want to change what we think. As far as network marketing, for me, it took a gentleman saying something to me to make me reshape and begin to open up and learn again. And what he said was to me, he says, okay, Silas, whatever you know is what you know. He says, so most people believe that what you know is what's going to get you ahead in this world. And he said, it's not what you know that gets you ahead in this world. It's who you know that gets you ahead in this world. He says, because what you know is only what you know. But when you begin to meet some other people that know more than you, all right, now they can impart wisdom into you to help you know more than you know now. And he says, so be open to learn. Go for it. In the Bible, again, it says, ask, seek, and knock. So I begin to seek the truth. So I begin to look for mentors in network marketing. I begin to, educate myself on network marketing. And I found out there were more millionaires created in this industry than in any industry in the world. I found out it was a fair playing field. It didn't care if you were black or white. It didn't care if you were fat or skinny. It didn't care if you were a man or a woman. All it cares was that if you got the knowledge and you applied it. Now that is important. People think knowledge is important. It is, but applied knowledge is even more important. If you applied it, then you could have the same thing as some of these people who were succeeding. So I began to act like a student again, act like I was just in kindergarten again. And I wanted to open my mind to the possibility. And as I begin to pour in my mind, I begin to understand, see, most people don't want to do networking because they've had bad experiences. People have taught them wrong. People have taught them to get in, make this big list, go talk to your family and friends, and you're going to be wealthy. And that's not what network marketing is.
For sure.
Yeah, any business, not just network marketing, because network marketing is a profession, just like a doctor, a nurse. But we don't look at it in that way, right? But it's a profession. So any profession, anything that you're going to be successful as, has two parts. It has the mental side, which I call the faith side. It has the mental side, and then it also has the physical side. Now, the physical side is learning how to do the work, whatever work that is. And network marketing is talking to people, is having the home parties, is having the webinars, it's getting people on three-ways. That's the work, right? Now, that is only 4% of the entire day. The mental side is 95%. So if you don't master the mental side, you will never stay in long enough to reap the benefits on the work side because you'll believe it's not working. So what is the mental side? And by the way, I know somebody's going to say, well, 95 and 4, that's only 99. The other 1% is actually mapping it out, planning it out. Because people don't, plan to fail. They just fail to plan. So 1%, which is huge, is the planning. But the 95%, that's mental. Here's the mental part. There's three things. You've got to learn how to master controlling, and you have to always practice this. I don't care how much money you make. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your words. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your words.
Yes. Okay. Amen. Choir here. Exactly right.
Here's why. Whatever, as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think you can't, you can't. No matter what it is, you've already failed before you joined it. Mm-hmm. If you believe you can, then you can. All right? But you have to change your thoughts because here's why. All right? I use this analogy. We all want a bright future. We want a bright future. We want a better future than we have today. Right? So we know about the future. We also know about the present. We're in the present now. You and I are in the present. And we know about the past. Right? So the human brain only works on two things. It works on imagination, which is the future, and it works on memory, which is our past. Now, the present is the only thing in the world that connects the future and the past together. I'll give an example. You and I got on this Be Live TV. We got on here, an hour ago. So we got on in the past, but we're still here in the present. We're going to be on a little longer, and we're going to be on in the future, but we're still here in the present. So time moves so fast that we move from the past to the present to the future in a matter of seconds. So here's what happens. People get stuck in their past memories, and they allow their past to rob them of their future. Here's why. We have three sets of eyes, Elon. See, 1, 2, 3. No. 3 sets of eyes. We have our natural eyes. That's what we see. What we see in front of us. I see your bookshelf. I see, the colored shirt you have on. I see my hands, our natural eyes. That's one set. We have our imagination eyes. That's 2 sets. And we have our memory eyes, which is our 3rd set. Right? Now, here's the challenge. When something happens in our past, we replay it over and over. Like if you got in network marketing and you asked somebody to get involved and they said no, so you begin to replay that. When you go ask somebody else, in your mind, you're already saying they're going to say no because you're thinking about the last person that said no.
True.
If you've done 2 or 3 businesses and you didn't make any money, somebody talks to you about another business. In your mind, you're thinking about, that doesn't work. I've tried it already 2, 3 times. Guys, I want you to understand the past has nothing to do with the future unless you allow it to have something to do with the future. And most people allow it. Most people's past is so big that it overtakes their future. Here's what I mean. When we were little, Elon, we had a huge imagination. We had a huge future. Like me, I used to want to be Tarzan. I used to go outside and yell, oh, and I didn't care who watched me. And then I lived in Florida, so I used to swing from palm trees. But I got bigger and the palm trees broke and I fell. So I had to be somebody else. So then I wanted to be Batman. But back in my day, Batman used to come on TV, and if he swung at somebody, it was pow, zap, right?
Right.
Well, I watched Batman a couple of times, and what I noticed was Batman was a punk. Robin was doing all the work, so I didn't want to be Batman no more. So one day I came up with the idea, Elon, to be Superman. And I got this idea because I woke up one morning before my grandmother. And I used to live with my grandmother when my mom and father divorced. And my grandmother had this beautiful red dress, Elon. It was hanging up on the outside of her door. I took that dress, I cut it, I made a cape.
Oh no!
Elon, I was laying on my grandmother's furniture, flying. You know, I was like, shh. Grandma came out the door. I said, look, Grandma, I'm Superman. She looked at that door. She said, boy, if that's my red dress, you better fly far away from here. I didn't want to be Superman no more. I was done with Superman. Because they said Superman, you know, nothing stopped it but kryptonite. I guess Grandma was my kryptonite.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
But my point, Elon, is this. When we were little, we had a great imagination. Why? Because we didn't have a past yet.
Yes.
We hadn't grown up and heard all the no's and heard people call us stupid and dumb and negative and go to school. You're nothing if you don't get a degree and go get you a job. We didn't hear none of that.
Right.
We were fearless.
That's
Man, I'll never forget. I used to ask my mother for chocolate chip cookies. She said, no, you got to eat dinner first. And I'd come back, Mom, can I have chocolate chip cookies? She said, no. And I'd come back, Mom, can I? Boy, I'm going to beat you if you don't stop asking me. Mom, can I have a chocolate chip cookie? Boy, take the whole thing here. We were relentless.
That's true. That is true.
Now, somebody tell us no and we run and hide.
Yep, that's true.
Because we've given words meaning. Like if I was to ask anyone, is yes a positive word or negative word? And people will say it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
If I ask someone is no a positive word or negative word, people will say it's negative.
That's
In
true.
reality, it has no meaning. It only has the meaning we give it. So for me, those words are neutral. So if somebody says yes or no, I don't get excited. I only get excited if they get in and do something, because a person can tell you yes and you go, man, I got one, I'm excited, and they do nothing. So what's the difference between the person who said no?
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
So my whole point to this is, guys, we got to start living on the canvas of our imagination. Anything you want, if you see it in your mind, you can have it in your hands.
Nice.
So guess what? Everything you have right now is what you see in your mind. See, people use their natural eyes and they see things, right? And they believe that's their reality. That's why it is. That's not our reality. Our reality is what we see on the canvas of our imagination. And then we got to have the right feelings, all right? The right feelings. Now, what is feelings? Feelings are vibrations. There are vibrations going on in this universe that you're not even aware of. And when your feelings is off, when you're sad and when you're mad, someone cuts you off, you're arguing, those are the wrong feelings. Those are the wrong feelings. You got to be happy and grateful all the time. You got to be humble. Even when you get stuff, be humble. But thank God for the things he's given you, the things he gave you, and the mercy and grace that he's going to have for you tomorrow, and the things that he has in store for you. Because we don't realize who we are. We are the child of a king. And the king wants us to have this whole kingdom. But we got to learn how to get it. We got to get it with our thoughts. We got to get it with our feelings. And we got to get it with our words. So you got to start having affirmations and speak what you want. These affirmations, if you wrote them out, like my affirmations, I keep them with me all the time, right? I have them on 5x8 cards, big, so I can see them every day, so I can read them. We put them everywhere, all over the wall, right? So what am I doing? All right, here's what I'm doing. I want you to think about it. I want your life to be a motion picture, Elon. A motion picture. But you are the main actor. Because think about it. In a motion picture, the main actor, he may go through a lot through the show, but at the end, he wins, right? You are also the writer. You wrote the story. So if you write the story, you can write a happy ending, right? You're the director. So as you're going through life, know that everything you go through, every bad thing, it doesn't matter. It's only for a short period of time, because in the end, you win.
That's true.
So I want you to start pre-playing, not replaying your success.
I like that. Pre-playing instead of replaying. Because that's all we do, replay. 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yes, absolutely. So your thoughts, your feelings, and your words are so important. When they are congruent with your actions now. So don't get it twisted. You still got to go do the work. It's only 4%, but the work becomes easier when you spend 95% working on yourself. You got the books and tapes, the affirmations, all right? You got to write out what you want your life to look like, but write it out as if it's already happened. You know, I get people all the time to write out, if they were a millionaire, if they were earning $1 million a day, you know, get people thinking big, because most people can't even fathom that, right? But if you were making $1 million a day or $1 million a year, What would your life look like? Write it out and then read it. Because when you read it, you're going to see yourself smiling. You're going to take your subconscious mind to a whole nother place. And here's the thing about the subconscious mind. It does not know the difference between real
Yep.
and dreams.
That's true.
So you can teach it that what your imagination is seeing on that paper, what you're seeing in your mind is reality. Because think about this. Have you ever had a dream and somebody was chasing you and you start running, and you woke up, your heart was pounding, you were sweating? Why? Because your subconscious mind didn't know if it was real or a dream. So it's the same thing you can do with your imagination, with writing down your life, how you want it to be, and reading it every single day. Writing down your affirmations, speaking it. I am a champion. I am a great father. I am a great husband. I am a provider. I am wealthy to be a blessing to other people. I mean, just begin to speak those right words, because the world is speaking wrong words to you. And whatever you take in is going to come out. And if you're not working on yourself, you're going to be in trouble. Because the last thing, Ilana, I'm going to turn it to you. I want you to understand this. The world is a lot of noise. There's billions of people and they're talking everywhere. Everywhere you go. If you want a restaurant, there's noise. If you go to a store, there's noise. If you're in your house, there's noise. There's noise everywhere. But what is the voices that you hear the most? It's you talking to you. All right? So you hear yourself talking to yourself in your mind. You hear it when you talk out loud. So you hear you more than anyone. Now, if your beliefs are limited, if your dreams and goals are limited because you have bought into the beliefs of other people, then the only thing you hear is those limited dreams and goals. I got to work. Oh, because I got to take care of my family. Oh, I got to be at somebody's job. No, I don't like it. But you know what? Guess what? I got to be there. You're constantly listening to you. You stands for your own understanding. What I'm going to ask you to do is find someone that's in that 5%ers, right? Find someone that you respect in that 5%ers, or find a lot of someone's, the books, the tapes, the videos, and begin to listen to them. Begin to write what you want your life to look like. Begin to write your affirmations down and begin to speak out loud, because faith comes by hearing. So when you speak it, you hear it. If you're not speaking to yourself, other people are, and you're buying their beliefs, their dreams. No, you can't do that. No, that's a scam. No, oh yeah, maybe you're right, because you don't have your own beliefs, right? And so with that, Elon, I'm going to turn it back to you, but I just want everybody to know that, I love you, and I want more for you, and my whole goal, Elon, was for my children, all right? Here's what people don't do. People don't learn information and pass it on to their children. Everybody right now is setting their children up to fail. Not everybody, but most people are setting their children up to fail and don't realize it. Yeah. They're setting them up to do exactly what they did. Go to school, get an education, go get a job. Well, here's the thing. Remember I said life changes, time changes. It changes. We're in the information age now, but there's going to be another age that comes out. Who knows what it is? It may be technology age. We may be living on the moon. I don't know. But if you have old beliefs trying to live in a new world, you're setting yourself up to fail. So you're teaching your children old beliefs of go get a job, go work for someone, while wealthy people are getting wealthier because they're not teaching their children that. Yes. They're teaching their children to have other people work for them.
Amen. That's well, Silas, you did a phenomenal job in sharing some phenomenal information about a phenomenal industry called network marketing. And I'm sure you really hit home for a lot of folks out there. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is, how can we find out more information, Silas, about, what you can offer individuals that are interested? Because I really think one of the things you did mention about the mindset, and that's very, very true. One of the things I loved about network marketing, and that's why I am totally sold out on it, is the fact that the personal development is worth its weight in gold, but also the education on how to be a good network marketer. So basically, can you share that information? I'm sure people are going to want to connect with you because they want to become good at their craft. I always say, be coachable and a good copycat of other people where you want to be. That's why I'm a mentee of you, because you reached the network marketing millionaire status. Okay, I did 6 figures. Now I'm ready to go to 7 and 8. So that's why I'm hanging out with you now, and that's what it's all about. So how can they get in contact with you to learn more?
No, that's awesome, Elon. And I learned from you. You in real estate, there's none better. You in talking about credit and how to get that fixed is none better. You talking about, trading. In your book, you even discuss about the understanding the power of trading. Think about it. If less than 1% of the people in the world know that, and they don't want anybody else to know it, it must be a valuable commodity. I want to say this before I share how to get a hold of me. Talking about my son. So my son, at the age of 4, my son led me to give my life to Christ when he was 4.
Wow.
At the age of 8, I began to speak into his life. He would never work for anyone. People would work for him. He started his own business when he was 16 years old. He's 21 now. At the age of 18, he got in his first networking business. He's owned businesses so far all of his life. He's 21 now, and he's the one that got us involved in this business. Okay, and he is just a phenomenal child. But what you pour in someone is what comes out. So I want you, if you have children, yes, it's great for them to go to college. I'm not knocking that. Getting that degree, it's great. But I also want you to pour into them about businesses. And if not network marketing, some type of entrepreneur business. Now, for me, network marketing, Elon, is great because it's affordable for the masses. You don't have to spend, $5 million or $500,000 to start a business. Okay. But as Elon said, if you want to get a hold of me, I want to say this. We have a mentorship program, right? And we charge people money for that mentorship program. But if you contact me or contact Elon, okay, and I know that you came from this program, then we're going to allow you to get 2 of the sessions for free, all right, that we do in the mentorship program. But I need to know that you're part of it. If you just contact me and don't say that you're from Elon's, then you're going to get charged what we charge for the mentorship program. But if I know that you came from this program, or if you contact Elon and then she contacts me, we're going to give you 2 of the sessions for free. Because it's so important for me to get this information in people more than it is for me to make money. But the thing I've learned, that if people don't have any skin in the game, if there's no monetary value, then they don't take the information seriously. And so, because I used to give all my trainings for free, and we had a small rate of people that would actually implement the information. The minute I began to charge, then we got serious people come, and they would implement the information and would change their lives. All right, so we have a website called teamfaithwalk.com. Team Faithwalk. That's www.teamfaithwalk.
I'm going to put that right in here.
Faithwalk.com. Now, on that particular website, you can contact me.
Do me a favor, Silas. I'm going to interrupt you, but I want to make sure I put it right here on this on this post, on this comment. So what's the name of it again?
www.team, T-E-A-M, faith, because we believe life should be a faith walk, not a fear walk. F-A-I-T-H, and then walk, W-A-L-K, because I want you to understand that this is not something that happens.
F-A-I-T-H and then walk, right?
W-A-L-K.
.com, correct?
Yes. This is not going to happen overnight. So you got to continue to walk this out. That's it. Yep, teamfaithwalk.com. When you go there, there are 7 tabs. The middle tab, okay, which is TFW University. If you click on that, there's a tab there called Core 12. Core 12. That Core 12 is personal development audiobooks. So when you open it up, it's going to say you can buy them or they're free. You can click on and listen to them for free. Now, a good mentor of mine told me this. He said, always make it free for the masses. But the 5%ers are going to want it in their library, because if you empty your wallet to fill your mind will fill your wallet.
Woo! Let me just say that one more time. I just got to answer that. I'm going to say that one more time, Silas. Please.
Yep. If you empty your wallet to fill your mind, that's getting personal development stuff in a library. You see the library behind Elon. That's why she is where she is, because she's constantly learning. So empty your wallet to fill your mind, and then your mind will fill your wallet. The things that I've learned in personal development has earned me millions of dollars because it's changed the way I thought. Right? See, when you understand that we've been conditioned to work for someone else, they were conditioning us to make money to fill their wallets. When you start working on your own mind, now you're conditioning you to fill your own wallet, right? And so you can go to TFW University. You can listen to those. You know, The Strangest Secret is on there. For those of you who don't know The Strangest Secret, it is you become what you think about. All right. Think and Grow Rich is on there. Powerful, powerful book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. You got to study that because
Yeah.
most of us, we're very argumentative. We're very, very, somebody just do something else. Oh, he cut me off. I'm going to go cut him off. No. Remember, your feelings, it's a vibration. When you're negative, those are vibrations. When you're happy, when you're grateful, now you can spend your energy focused on whatever your goal is. All right. We've got Jim Rohn's How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. I mean, just a plethora, of stuff that's on there that you can listen to. We even have that cash flow quadrant I talked about. It's the 12th one on there. So listen to that over and over again. But contact us about our mentoring program because you can't, it's on there, but you can't access it. All right, except for paying. And we're going to allow you, if you're on this program or part of Elon's group, for two free sessions. The sessions are usually 30 to 40 minutes. And it's all about training yourself to believe in yourself. Training yourself to believe in yourself. Because when you believe, all things are possible. Not some things, but all things are possible. If you wrote the word, Elon, if you wrote the word impossible, it's spelled IMPOSSIBLE. Impossible. But when you start to train yourself, you're going to take those first two letters of the word and move them over and create a space, and then you're going to say, I'm possible. Yeah. Nothing's impossible because I'm possible.
That's right. That is absolutely phenomenal.
So, I don't know if you want me to give my number. If not, they can contact you.
Please do. I don't mind at all. I'd be happy to do that. I'll even put it in the link below here.
Yeah, so my number is 832 524 07 76. And when you contact me, please, because I'm going to ask you. If I don't know you and you're contacting me, I'm going to assume you're with Elon. Even if you don't say it and I don't know you, you're going with Elon, all right? Because that's how we do things. We do things as a family. This is a family. Yes. And you got to mention, hey, I was on the show. You talked about the 2 free mentoring sessions, and with those sessions, Elon is going to be on there as well to help us with those. And so we're looking forward to meeting each and every one of you and helping you with your dreams and goals. Because here's the thing I want you to think about, and I'm going to leave you with an assignment. I want you to take the time today to write down 100 dreams and goals. See, as we get older, we stop dreaming. Some of you, this is going to be a challenge. You're going to get to 5 or 6 or 10 years old. No, I want you to 100 dreams and goals. Ladies, most of you who are mothers, you're so used to taking care of other people, you haven't thought about yourself.
Yes.
Put down the dreams and goals that you want. All right, guys, think big. Everybody, think big. 100 dreams and goals. And then I want you to write a letter to Elon. And I want you to say, Elon, this is a life. This is my life now. And I want you to write this letter as if you were earning $1 million a month. And I want you to write how many cars you have. Write how many homes you own. Where are they? What countries are they in? Write how much money you give to charity. Write what your foundation is. Write whatever. I want to be able to read this, and Elon wants to be able to read this and see that you see yourself wealthy. Because as you see yourself is how you're going to become. If you continue to see yourself as you are, you will continue to stay as you are. I want you to get in that third eye, that eye of your imagination. Because really, that's our first eye. That's why it's above. It's the future. Right? So with that, Elon, I'm going to turn it back to you. And I'm so happy and gracious and humble that you invited me on. I have so much respect for you, young lady, and what you bring to the table. You're such a gifted and talented person, but more importantly, you care so much about people that you're always pouring into their lives. You're always sowing into their lives. And guys, this is good ground. God says, you need to sow seeds on good ground. She is good ground. That's why I am willing anytime she wants me to do a show for her. So if she is good ground, you better allow her to sow into your life. But you need to take what she sows and implement it. So many people love information. They write it. Oh my gosh. But then you ask them, hey, what about that information you wrote? They never studied it. They never implemented it. And they never taught it to other people. You got to do all four.
Right,
So, dear, thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you for being on our show. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see the top over the top. And more importantly, we will see you at the bench. Ching, ching. Massive success to you all.